Okay, so we're going to see the influences of different planets and how some of the characteristics must change according to the major influence of the planet. So when you say planet in Jyotish astrology, even Sun is supposed to be included as a planet. Okay, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Mars, etc. Okay, and in the Western tradition, of course, you don't see Rahu and Ketu also. All right, so let's see what is the influence of the sun. The sun actually represents yourself, the big self, who you are, your ego, the structure of your whole personality, and also it represents the will to live. Okay, if the influence of sun is not there, the will to live may go down, and is also influence of creativity, the creative knowledge, a creative force is influenced by the effect of sun. Um, the spark of creativity is always received from the sun. That is why in the Jyotish, sun plays a very important role. Even in Gayatri Mantra, the Tamil version of Gayatri Mantra says that யார் இந்த என் அறிவை தூண்டுகிறாரோ அந்த சுடற்கடவுளின் மேலான ஒளியை தியானிப்போமான்னு வரும். It comes like that. So, அறிவை தூண்டுவது when something is influencing your அறிவு, supreme intelligence, then that is also sunlight. So sun actually represents all these. So this kind of characters or gunas may be influenced by the sun planet, so-called. Remember, in the Horavision calendar, each day you have a rotation of each hour. The influence of planets is coming in rotation. So, say for example, when the sun rises early morning, on Sunday, Sun is the first planet. On Monday, Moon is the first planet. Tuesday, Mars is the first planet, and so on. So it goes like that. So in the Horavision concept, you will see the influence of these planets for each hour differently. That you can get it also in the computer. I can help you to find out the influences. So each hour, whichever planet is dominant, you can see some of these qualities are affected. Okay, so that is about the sun. Let's get the moon. So if the moon is in the aura, moon is influencing. The moon represents your feeling part, the subconscious or unconscious feeling sometimes, even the dreams. Okay, it is also affecting the dreams. So the moon has a very close relationship influence on the earth, as all of you know. It is also said that moon marriage with the earth and moon's marriage, and so on and so forth. And all of us know the influence of the gravitational force of the moon on the tides of the sea, and so on. Moon is very sensual. It is bright. It is actually, remember, it is reflecting the sunlight. In astrological lore, the moon reflects our subconsciousness. Our basic habits, our basic reactions are uh, influenced by the moon. Basic habits of our mind is influenced by the influence of the moon. So whenever the moon has an ascendancy, or whenever the moon comes in the Hora vision, then you can see that time your feelings and emotions can be expressed quickly. So you should remember that part also. All right, so that is moon. Then the next planet we are going to see is Mercury. Mercury is involved in logic, the way of logical communication, speaking, communication with other people, society, nature, and so on. Okay, So Mercury is ruling communication, and it's said to be very, very curious, unemotional opportunities. Someone emotional, they say that always talk about more logical things. Don't think about the emotions, feelings, anything. Only logical. So there is a kural, there is a Tirukkural saying, Marambolu Kurumiriyanum, Aramboluvar, Makkatpanbulladavar. Marambolu, Arambolum Kuruviriyanum. Very sharp intelligence, very, very sharp. They can argue, they can debate everything. But if you don't have the compassion or love, all these are waste. That's what Tiruvallur says. So that kind of logical thing will come to people who have Mercury sign, as well as in that particular hour, this logical communication will be much more pronounced. Mercury's curiosity and mode of expression is also expressed here. So its curiosity and expression can also be influenced by this. Um, it's very important to know that whenever you want to do any logical explanation, logical writing, maybe you can start that time when the Mercury planet is much more dominant. Okay, so that is also possible. All right. So from Mercury, we are going to move on to Venus, planet Venus. Venus represents love and romance, and also social interactions, interaction with people, and it also shows the feminine side of any person. Feminine side of person can be affected or enhanced by Venus. It also indicated that Venus involved love and money. So Venus usually is associated with the heart, the feelings, and whatever is associated with pleasure. Okay, so Venus essentially the pleasure, love, romance kind of things is affected. So that can be enhanced during that particular time. Okay, that's the Venus. All right, the next planet we are going to see is Mars. The Mars represents aggression, the forcefulness, the masculine side of nature. Some of you might have heard is La Muruga is associated with Mars, Chavai. Chavai Graham, Muruga is associated. It says raw energy, raw action, okay? All those things involved. Very strong drive, strong desires can also come because of the influence of the Mars. Sometimes people like this kind of thing also, very strong, forceful people. So they can be attracted to this kind of nature of people also. So in the overall vision, when Mars is dominant, you are going to have this kind of aggression, forcefulness. The masculine side of the person can come. It's almost like opposite to the Venus. Venus like feminine side, and Mars as the male side of the characteristics will be influenced. Okay, so that's about Mars. Next to Mars is Jupiter. Jupiter is involving, represents optimism. Okay, optimism, expansive attitude, luck, and all those things. The uh, big picture is also influenced by the Jupiter. So the growth, the bountiness, good luck. Imagine the size of the Jupiter, okay, big planet. So the bountiness comes, good luck comes with this planet. Okay, so that's about Jupiter, optimism, expansive attitudes, bounty, and all those information. All right. Next Jupiter is Saturn. Saturn represents responsibility, limitation, and realism. Limitation and realism, realistic. It is always related to restriction. Okay, restriction, limitation, particularly with time. It's very linear in the time, very, very influential on people's realistic looking, and also it is making boundaries on our responsibilities and commitments. Very, very strong boundary. Means you can do this only, you can do this, you can't go this, you can't do that. So that kind of boundaries and commitments in people involving this planet, and also in that particular time of the horizon, this kind of characteristics may come out as a dominant feature, dominant factor. In the Western system, we don't have Rahu and Ketu, so they include Uranus and Pluto also. So let us look at Uranus and Pluto. Uranus is more representing the psychic powers, unpredictability, and higher thought. Okay, unpredictability and higher thought. And also, Uranus is associated with the enlightenment part also. Enlightenment, progressiveness, individuality, novelty, technology, and so on. Okay, so Uranus for psychic powers, higher thought. Okay, higher thought. And the last one, and the Neptune, planet Neptune, represent again spirituality, religion, fantasy, and all those things as with Neptune, and enlightenment, intuition. These are also involved with the planet Neptune. Mercy, compassion. Okay, all these can be included. Mercy, compassion, all these things can be included also in this influence of the Neptune. And finally, Pluto, the small planet. Pluto, this represents money, the dark side, sexuality, all those things. Many of these are subconscious factors, like seduction of a person, sexuality, on dark side of the person can be influenced by Pluto also. Okay, so essentially these are the effects, the side effects, or influence of planets in the horizon. Okay, so I will try to explain more on the horizon more. Okay, thank you. I'll see you with the next video on more information about planetary influences. Thank you.